Welcome to Culinary Recipe Creations. Forget what you've heard. Cooking isn't hard. Today, I'll show you 3 quick, easy dinner recipes anyone can master. No distractions, just clear instructions, simple ingredients, and a calm vibe. Subtitles and captions are here if you need them, and the music won't get in your way. Grab your apron and pay attention. Let's get cooking. All right, pasta lovers, gather round. Today, we're diving headfirst into a dish that's guaranteed to become a weeknight staple: creamy garlic chicken pasta. This isn't just any pasta dish, it's a symphony of flavors, a comforting embrace in a bowl, and surprisingly simple to whip up. Get ready to impress yourself and your loved ones with this culinary masterpiece. It's simple, elegant, and absolutely packed with flavor. We're talking about that perfect balance of creamy richness, savory garlic, and tender chicken, all clinging to perfectly cooked pasta. Forget takeout. This is restaurant-quality deliciousness made in your very own kitchen. This dish is so versatile you can easily adapt it to your liking. Add some vegetables like spinach or sun-dried tomatoes for an extra boost of nutrients and flavor. So what's the secret to this creamy, dreamy pasta? Well, it all starts with the right ingredients. Let's take a look at what you need to create this magic. We're going to walk through each ingredient, highlighting why it's important and suggesting some possible substitutions if you're feeling adventurous. First, we have 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. These are the protein powerhouse of our dish, providing a satisfying and flavorful foundation. You can also use chicken thighs for a richer flavor. Just be sure to adjust the cooking time accordingly. Next up, 8 ounces of pasta. I prefer fettuccine for its wide, flat shape that perfectly catches all that creamy sauce, but feel free to use your favorite pasta. Spaghetti, linguine, or even penne would work beautifully. The key is to cook it al dente, which means to the tooth in Italian, slightly firm and not mushy. Then, we need 4 cloves of fresh garlic. And when I say fresh, I mean fresh. Pre-minced garlic just doesn't have the same punch. Garlic is the heart and soul of this dish, infusing the sauce with its pungent and aromatic goodness. Don't be shy with it. A tablespoon of olive oil for sautéing the garlic and chicken. Olive oil adds a subtle, fruity flavor and helps to create a beautiful golden crust on the chicken. You can use any neutral oil if you don't have olive oil on hand. A cup of heavy cream, the key to that luscious, velvety sauce. Don't skimp on the fat content here. It's what gives the sauce its richness and prevents it from separating. If you're looking for a lighter option, you can use half and half, but be aware that the sauce won't be quite as thick or decadent. We also need chicken broth and grated Parmesan cheese. The chicken broth adds depth of flavor to the sauce, while the Parmesan cheese provides a salty, nutty, and umami-rich element that complements the garlic and cream perfectly. Freshly grated Parmesan is always best, but pre-grated will also work in a pinch. And finally, salt, pepper, and fresh parsley. These are the finishing touches that elevate the dish from good to great. Salt and pepper enhance all the other flavors, while fresh parsley adds a pop of color and freshness that brightens up the entire dish. Now let's get cooking. First, slice the chicken with care, aiming for even thickness so it cooks evenly. This will ensure that every bite is tender and juicy. Next, mince the garlic finely. The smaller the pieces, the more flavor will be released into the oil. And now, line up your ingredients. Mise en place, people. Having everything prepped and ready to go will make the cooking process so much smoother and more enjoyable. Trust me, it's a game changer. Boil a big pot of salted water. Salting the water seasons the pasta from the inside out, so don't skip this step. Use about a tablespoon of salt per gallon of water. Cook your pasta until al dente, then drain. Don't rinse. Rinsing removes the starch that helps the sauce cling to the pasta. We want that starchy goodness. Heat a skillet over medium heat. Add olive oil, swirling to coat the pan evenly. Make sure the pan is hot before adding the oil to prevent sticking. And sauté the garlic for just a minute. Don't burn it. Burnt garlic is bitter and will ruin the flavor of the entire dish. We want it to be fragrant and golden, not brown and acrid. Now, add the chicken, season generously with salt and pepper, ensuring each piece is coated. Seasoning at this stage is crucial for developing flavor. Cook until golden brown and cook through. The internal temperature should reach 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees Celsius. Use a meat thermometer to ensure accuracy. Pour in chicken broth, scraping up all those delicious brown bits from the bottom of the pan. This is called deglazing, and it's essential for maximum flavor. Those brown bits are packed with concentrated goodness, and deglazing releases them into the sauce. Lower the heat to low, then add heavy cream, stirring gently to combine. Simmer gently, allowing the sauce to thicken slightly. This usually takes about 5-7 minutes. Be patient and don't let it boil, or the cream may curdle. Stir in Parmesan slowly, a little at a time, allowing it to melt completely into the sauce. Keep the heat low so the sauce stays smooth and doesn't separate. We want a velvety, luscious sauce, not a grainy one. Now taste and adjust seasoning as needed. Does it need more salt? A pinch of pepper? Trust your taste buds. Add the cooked pasta to the sauce, right into the skillet. Toss gently to coat every single strand of pasta with that glorious cream sauce. And make sure the chicken is evenly mixed in, so every bite is a perfect balance of pasta, sauce, and chicken. Now plate with finesse. Presentation matters. Twirl the pasta into a beautiful nest. Don't just dump it haphazardly onto the plate. Show some love. Finally, sprinkle with fresh parsley for a pop of color and a burst of freshness. It's the perfect finishing touch. Serve hot and enjoy restaurant-quality pasta right in the comfort of your own home. You deserve it. That's how it's done. No fuss, just pure, unadulterated flavor. So go ahead, give it a try and prepare to be amazed. Alright, let's dive into a recipe that's a guaranteed crowd pleaser. One-pan chicken quesadillas. This is where simplicity meets deliciousness. Perfect for a quick lunch, a satisfying dinner, or even a fun snack. We're talking minimal effort with maximum flavor payoff. Get ready to transform your kitchen into a quesadilla haven with just one pan. These quesadillas are fast, wonderfully cheesy, and the best part? Minimal cleanup. That's right, fewer dishes and more time enjoying your culinary creation. This recipe is all about efficiency without sacrificing taste. We're going to show you how to create a restaurant-quality quesadilla in the comfort of your own home, using just one pan. To get started, you'll need 2 large flour tortillas. Opt for the burrito-sized tortillas for the best results. These will provide ample space for all the delicious fillings we're about to load in. Make sure they're fresh and pliable, ready to be transformed into golden, cheesy goodness. Next up, a cup of shredded cooked chicken. This is a great way to use up leftover roasted chicken, or you can grab a rotisserie chicken from the store for convenience. The chicken adds a hearty and savory element to our quesadillas. Feel free to shred it into smaller pieces for even distribution throughout the filling. Now, for the cheese. You'll need half a cup of shredded cheese. Cheddar cheese is a classic choice for quesadillas, offering a sharp and tangy flavor that complements the other ingredients perfectly. But feel free to experiment with other cheeses like Monterey Jack, Colby Jack, or even a blend of your favorites. For a pop of color and flavor, we're adding a 1/4 cup each of diced onion and bell pepper. These veggies add a touch of sweetness and a satisfying crunch to the quesadillas. You can use any color bell pepper you like, red, yellow, or orange, or a combination for a vibrant mix. And last but not least, a tablespoon of olive oil. This will help us sauté the veggies and ensure that our quesadilla turns golden brown and crispy in the pan. You can also use other cooking oils like vegetable oil or canola oil if you prefer. Now, let's get cooking. Heat the skillet over medium heat, then add the olive oil. Make sure the oil is evenly distributed in the pan to prevent sticking. We want the pan to be nice and hot before we add the veggies. Add the diced onion and bell pepper to the hot skillet and sauté them until they're just tender. This usually takes about 5-7 minutes. Stir them occasionally to ensure they cook evenly and don't burn. You'll know they're ready when they're slightly softened and fragrant. Once the veggies are tender, stir in the shredded cooked chicken to warm it through. This will only take a minute or 2. We just want to make sure the chicken is heated evenly so it's nice and warm inside the quesadilla. Once the chicken is warmed through, remove the mixture from the skillet and set it aside in a bowl. We'll need it later for assembling our quesadillas. Make sure to scrape all the delicious bits from the pan into the bowl. That's where a lot of the flavor is. Now wipe the pan clean with a paper towel to remove any excess oil or veggie bits. Keep the skillet on medium heat. We want it hot enough to melt the cheese and crisp the tortilla, but not so hot that it burns. Carefully lay one of the large flour tortillas into the hot skillet. Make sure it's centered in the pan so it cooks evenly. This will be the base of our quesadilla, so we want to make sure it's nice and flat. Sprinkle half of the shredded cheese evenly over 1/2 of the tortilla. This will help bind the filling together and create that gooey, cheesy goodness we all love in a quesadilla. Next, add the chicken veggie mix on top of the cheese. Spread it out evenly so that every bite is packed with flavor. Don't overcrowd the tortilla, we want to be able to fold it over easily. Now for the final layer of cheesy goodness, add the remaining shredded cheese on top of the chicken veggie mix. This will create a delicious melty layer that holds everything together. Carefully fold the tortilla over in half, creating a semicircle shape. Press gently on the top of the quesadilla to help seal the edges and ensure that the cheese melts evenly. Now, let the quesadilla cook in the skillet until it's golden brown and crisp on the bottom. This usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes. Keep a close eye on it to prevent burning. Once the bottom is golden brown and crisp, carefully flip the quesadilla with a spatula and cook for another 2 to 3 minutes on the other side until it's also golden brown and the cheese is melted and gooey. Remove the cooked quesadilla from the skillet and repeat the process with the second tortilla and the remaining filling. Now you'll have 2 delicious cheesy quesadillas ready to enjoy. Once the quesadillas are cooked, slice them into wedges with a sharp knife. This makes them easier to handle and perfect for dipping. Serve the hot quesadilla wedges immediately with your favorite toppings, such as sour cream or salsa. Guacamole, pico de gallo, or even a drizzle of hot sauce would also be delicious additions. These one-pan chicken quesadillas are crispy, cheesy, and packed with flavor. They're the perfect combination of textures and tastes, making them a satisfying and delicious meal or snack. And the best part, they're done in minutes. So next time you're craving a quick, easy, and delicious meal, give these one-pan chicken quesadillas a try. You won't be disappointed. Craving a classic Chinese takeout dish but short on time? Look no further. Last up, we're diving into a beef and broccoli stir-fry recipe that's so quick and easy, you'll wonder why you ever bothered with delivery. This recipe is ready in a mere 15 minutes, making it faster than ordering takeout and waiting for it to arrive. Plus, you control the ingredients, ensuring a healthier and tastier meal. Get ready to ditch those takeout menus and embrace the speed and deliciousness of homemade stir-fry. To get started, you'll need a pound of thinly sliced beef. Sirloin is a great choice for its tenderness and flavor, but you can also use flank steak or even pre-sliced stir-fry beef to save even more time. Remember to slice against the grain for maximum tenderness. Next up, we have 2 cups of broccoli florets. Fresh broccoli is the way to go for the best flavor and texture. Cut them into bite-sized pieces so they cook evenly and are easy to eat. For the sauce, you'll need 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Soy sauce is the base of our savory sauce, adding that classic umami flavor we all love. Feel free to use low-sodium soy sauce if you're watching your salt intake. We're also adding a tablespoon of oyster sauce. Oyster sauce brings a rich, slightly sweet, and intensely savory depth to the stir-fry. If you don't have oyster sauce on hand, you can substitute with a bit more soy sauce and a pinch of sugar. And a tablespoon of cornstarch. Cornstarch is our secret weapon for thickening the sauce and giving it that perfect glossy sheen. It also helps to create a light coating on the beef, keeping it tender and juicy. You'll also need half a cup of water. The water helps to create the sauce and ensures that everything cooks evenly in the wok. For cooking, grab a tablespoon of vegetable oil. Vegetable oil is a great all-purpose oil for stir-frying because it has a high smoke point and a neutral flavor. You can also use canola oil or peanut oil. And finally, a teaspoon of minced garlic. Garlic adds a pungent and aromatic flavor that's essential to any good stir-fry. Freshly minced garlic is always best, but you can also use pre-minced garlic for convenience. Now let's get started by tossing the beef with soy sauce and cornstarch. This simple marinade will transform your beef into a tender and flavorful delight. This keeps it tender and helps thicken the sauce as it cooks. The cornstarch creates a protective barrier around the beef, preventing it from drying out during the high-heat cooking process. Next, steam the broccoli in the microwave or on the stove. Steaming is the best way to cook broccoli for stir-fries because it preserves its vibrant color and crisp, tender texture. You can also blanch it in boiling water for a couple of minutes. You want to steam it until it's bright green and just tender. Avoid overcooking the broccoli, as it will become mushy and lose its appealing texture. Now it's time to fire up the wok. Heat a wok or skillet on high heat. A wok is ideal for stir-frying because its sloped sides allow for even heat distribution and easy tossing. But a large skillet will work just fine if you don't have a wok. Add the vegetable oil and sauté the minced garlic for just 15 seconds. Be careful not to burn the garlic as it can become bitter. You just want to lightly cook it until it's fragrant. Next, add the beef to the hot wok. Spread the beef out in a single layer so it sears properly. Sear the beef for about a minute. This will give it a nice crust and lock in the juices. Then, stir-fry until it's just cooked through, about 3 to 4 minutes. Be careful not to overcook the beef, as it will become tough. You want it to be slightly pink in the center. Now toss in the steamed broccoli. Give it a quick stir to combine it with the beef. Pour in the water and oyster sauce mixture. This is where the magic happens. Stir continuously until the sauce thickens and coats everything in a beautiful glossy glaze. The cornstarch will work its magic, creating a luscious and flavorful sauce that clings to the beef and broccoli. Serve immediately over hot, fluffy rice. White rice is the classic choice, but you can also use brown rice or quinoa for a healthier option. Make sure to spoon plenty of that delicious sauce over the rice. Every grain of rice should be coated in that savory goodness. The result is a vibrant, glossy, and incredibly flavorful dish. The beef is tender, the broccoli is crisp tender, and the sauce is rich and savory. Dinner is served in a flash. Who needs takeout when you can make this amazing beef and broccoli stir-fry in just 15 minutes? Enjoy! There you have it. 3 quick, delicious recipes. No more excuses for boring weeknight meals. Try these in your own kitchen and show off your results in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more recipes. Full instructions and ingredients are in the video description. Now stop watching and start cooking. Go make something delicious. Off you go.